Yo, Elliot! So we got an interesting question here from our buddy Chrome Octopus. It says, I was wondering about your beliefs in natural limits, the amount of strength somebody could possibly gain. Personally, I believe that if you're still training and putting strain on your muscles, then you could still build muscle and strength forever. He doesn't say that, but I think that's the assumption. Am I wrong? Please explain the mechanisms that cause this limit to occur. So what is the limit to strength or muscle for a human being to build? You know, I can't answer that question by saying that A, B, C is the freaking limit, or D, E, F is the limit. But what I would like to approach is this idea of becoming a specialized, strongest version of yourself. So I think that our abilities to really expand our gifts, and that's the very first thing that we've got to understand, that if you're moving in a particular direction, it should be that of one where you have natural gifts. So for example, the way I'm built, my natural gifts are strength. I just get fucking strong really easily. And if I were to push myself in the way that I'm going to share with you in a moment, in that direction, I'd probably go really, 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 really far, granted that I adjust the parameters that I'm going to share with you in a moment. But if I were to want to swim, right, where I can swim, I can get by, but I'm not built like a fucking swimmer. I'm so heavy, my bones, I'm just not designed that way. And you know, I could accept that and embrace it and then just realize that my gifts are over here, or I could fight against it and be really mediocre. Like, you know, one of the videos I made the other day, I mentioned that I've never been a really good distance runner. I've never really been good at endurance. I was 5 fucking years old and I was not good at endurance. I was just not born that way. And someone, justifiably, it's a justifiable question and it got a lot of thumbs up, asked, well, Elliot, wouldn't the strongest version of you be getting really good at endurance? You've got to understand something, folks. The strongest version of yourself is a very subjective experience, and it means you've got to go inside and look at what your strengths are and then strengthen your strengths. I'm really good at speaking in front of the camera, so should I get good at writing novels? What the fuck? If I wrote books, not even novels, but wrote books on the topics that I talk on, it would be a good thing. But I'm naturally gifted at talking in front of fucking camera, so why am I gonna waste my time, energy, effort, taking courses and straining myself to write big research books? I know a lot of guys that do that. They write awesome fucking books. And I'm like, dude, that's great. I wish I could do that. But I make YouTube videos and I'm good with that. We've got to find our strengths and then focus on maximizing those. But the limit to our abilities in reaching your full out maximal limit, whatever that is, even if it exists, requires one thing that is really the most difficult to attain, and that is focus. You cannot become say a world-class power lifter, but yet you're married with 4 children, your boss is really annoying, you don't have enough money to pay your cell phone bill, your car constantly breaks down, and you've got asthma. Do you see? Because you're dealing with so many different forces that take away pieces of your energetic pie, if you will, that for you to give everything that you have, it's impossible for you to give everything that you have to move in this particular direction. If you're going to be an Olympic world-class athlete, you go and you live in the Olympic place. You go to Colorado and you live there with the Olympians, and nothing gets in your way. You don't focus, hear about, you don't do anything. It's just focus and concentration on that one frigging thing. It is focus, folks. And you've got to ask yourself, what do you want and what are you willing to do? Because if you're going to go that far in a particular direction, you got to give up some shit. You can't do everything. I made a video about this before. You absolutely cannot do everything. You can't be great at everything. It does not exist. And you can't be whatever you want to be. That's another one. You can do, you know, they tell us to kids all the time, And then they contradict them when they get older and say, you know, you gotta get a fucking job. But they say, you can be whatever you wanna be. No, you fucking can't. You can't be whatever you wanna be. You can be what you're gifted in. You could be what your natural inclination is towards. You could be what it is that God is doing through you, what your heart is calling you to do, and that's probably what you should do. But to say that a short, stocky, 220-pound dude should be a marathon runner is asinine. And if he subjected himself to that type of training in order to make that happen, he's a fool. Because he's not realizing, bro, if you just picked up a fucking barbell, you'd be miles ahead of 90% of your peers. But he's denying his natural strength because someone said he should go in that direction. Of course, I'm talking in circles and, I'm mentioning a lot of things in this video, kind of free-flowing today. It's rainy outside. So I'm just kicking back and chatting with you. But to reach your genetic limit means, and if that's your goal in life, if that's your objective, that's what you're after, you've got to cut everything else out. You can't have a girlfriend. Sorry. Girlfriend's just gonna be a fucking distraction. You can't go out with your friends. Sorry, drinking and partying the weekends ain't gonna work. You probably should not be in school because sorry, 8 hours of school a day is going to drain your vital resources for the training and recovery that you should do. Sorry, you probably shouldn't have a career. It should be focus and concentration on becoming stronger in the gym. Because if you got a career, then you've got bosses to deal with, you've got schedules to keep, you've got memos, and you've got deadlines, all types of bullshit that you got to deal with that detract from your ability to do that one damn thing. It is focus, folks. And as I grow in my experience and wisdom in life, I'm realizing I've got to cut more and more shit out so that I can be better and better at the handful of things that I'm gifted in. And I invite you to do the same thing. So that's it, dude. You decide what direction you want to move in. Look at a particular limit. Decide if giving up other things if it's worth giving up other things to pursue that limit, or if there's a limit that's good enough so that you can also enjoy other areas of your life. It's not right or wrong, it's not good or bad, it's about what do you want, what are you willing to do? That's it. Good luck. Yo, Elliot,